Hello, everyone. It's Hem from the Self-Love Self-Care System with our conversations with experts. Today, I have Andy Brine with me. He's our guest. He is a mentor, healer guide who helps people connect with their spiritual journey as they awaken to who they really are. He developed the soul pathway as an evolution from the work of Joseph Campbell in order to assist people in understanding themselves at a deeper level. Though our journey is not linear, this process provides a roadmap for connecting with it from the human experience. Andy has an Awaken Your Soul Pathway app, which is available online and on Android. He also has numerous courses on Udemy, Archetypes for Life, Honoring and Healing Your Shadow, Awaken Your Inner Warrior, Balance Your Masculine and Feminine Within, and the Journey of Divine Love for Soulmates and Twin Flames. And he offers online sessions for mentoring and healing, as well as spiritual workshops. It's his role to assist you with disconnecting from your mind to reconnect with your heart and your soul. He is also a personal believer that your shadow is the pathway to unconditional self-love and acceptance. So hello, Andy. Hi. The whole soulmate twin flame idea, there's a lot of talk about it. We all know. Anyone in this community kind of knows, right? We know. There's a lot of talk about it. There's a lot of positive and negative, let's say, and a lot of sort of maybe some derision around it, even around within the community itself, to regards of what it really means. What would your take be on what each is? And they are big topics, and I know this because I understand them both. But, just to kind of understanding, because people think soulmates and twin flames, some do, are the same thing, and they aren't actually. But what's your description on this? Because you've got this course where you do the journey of divine love for soulmates and twin flames. I want to understand a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I did speak about it a lot in my course, and the lessons and learning of all the relationships that we experience on our journey when it comes to love. So if we start off without the soulmate and twin flame, we start off with a karmic connection.
Yep.
Karmic connection. Karma is defined as, I can't remember exactly. It can be good or bad energy, basically. But the way we see karma in the Western world is more so that negative energy that it brings or comes into our life. So when it comes to karmic relationships are those people that bring us deep karmic lessons and difficult and challenging lessons that can cause us a lot of emotional and physical upheaval. Simple as that. So we have a lot to learn through those relationships, and they can be very challenging. But again, every relationship serves a purpose, and it's all again back to loving ourselves. I tend to feel like karmic relationships can often involve, people with narcissistic personalities. When we have a real lack of self-worth, we feel good enough or worthy, so we accept people that may cause us a lot of emotional harm and turmoil, that upheaval in our lives. So again, we've got to learn from that. But soulmates, what are soulmates? Soulmates, I believe, are people we've had past lives with, and we can have many, many soulmates, and we can connect with them and almost feel that unconditional love straight away. And what I personally love about soulmates is that they're just a beautiful connection, very peaceful, and I believe soulmates more than anything just teach us about love, how to love, how to appreciate one another. And you could say in some ways they can start off as conditional, but as we rise in love, it becomes more of an unconditional, beautiful giving and receiving and, appreciation of one another. And it's that deep feeling we have inside, it's quite self-explanatory really. So, but they're past lovers really, people that we've had a past intimate connection with. And again, you can have many, and they can come at the most unexpected of times, and they can just trigger, and it would be and from my perspective, it doesn't matter if it's a soulmate or a twin flame, that they bring up emotions within you with regards to shadow aspects as well, because without a shadow of a doubt, there's a soulmate can bring up a lot of fear, because if we've been through a relationship or we've been conditioned in love in a certain way, then the fear can come up to think, oh, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough for this. Even, it doesn't mean that it's a karmic or anything like that, but still we have this fear inside because it's so deeply emotional. It's not like, we go to a bar, we meet someone, we go out, and then we have a relationship. It's like, oh, I feel this person. I feel this person deeply. But then you've got the twin flame catalyst.
Okay.
And people talk about twin flames, and some people don't believe in catalysts, other people do. I believe in catalysts because I believe I experienced one. Okay. A twin flame catalyst is someone that has a very similar energy and vibration as your twin flame. And they can be very, very highly vibrational in terms of love. And you can feel it more than most of your other connections. Similar to a soulmate in a way, but they will shake up your life like a karmic connection in a way.
Okay.
And often they don't work out, or they're there to bring karma, but you could say they're there to prepare you for your twin flame when you meet your twin flame, so you're ready. But I will say, you can never be ready. And a twin flame, and a lot of people call it twin soul. Definition of a twin flame or a twin soul, more importantly, is that, and this goes back to biblical times. I think it was written in the Bible, and there was unconnected with one of the gods, Ahura Mazda. This was an Iranian god in Persian times, but he was around the time of Egypt, and they even spoke about, these twin flames and twin souls. So it's been, these concepts and ideas have been around for centuries. But the idea is that one soul has been split between two bodies. So you have yourself, and then you have your twin flame. You have your masculine, and then you have your feminine. And as you meet your twin flame or twin soul, it's like meeting yourself. You see a reflection of yourself in the mirror. And for me, the whole role of this is about ascending in love in a different way. And it's, a lot of us romanticize these twin flame relationships. And I've been there, and, I love my twin flame. Beautiful, an amazing person, brought up a lot of stuff within me. And I think twin flames, more than anybody else, will bring up everything that you don't want to see about yourself. It's like when you look in the mirror, and you say, oh God, I've put on a bit of weight. Oh, I don't look good in the mirror, do I? But all those tiny little things that you don't like to see about yourself, often they will come up, or more often than not, they'll come up when you meet your twin flame. It's like seeing your reflection in the mirror and noticing those things that you love about yourself and those things that you don't like, so that you can truly begin to heal and transform. You go through this period of transmutation, rebirth, and love in a different way, But that doesn't mean that a twin flame is better than a soulmate. It just means that some of us are crazy enough to choose the journey of a twin.
Yeah, crazy. It's interesting because they say, relationships are our greatest teacher. So whatever it is, good or bad, we get to grow and we get to learn through that. And it's interesting because the whole idea, I mean, I'm not a great one for labels. I mean, I know they're there for a reason, so I get it, but it's quite tricky. And I think it's to my mind, just one of the things with, especially with the twin flame label, is that it does send people into this kind of almost spiral of needing to find that. And I worry a little bit about it on some levels, because I wonder whether that's the most healthiest way. And obviously, with the idea of what a twin flame is, as you were saying, it's about finding your best self and becoming your best self, right? If you're chasing something that is not actually something you blueprinted for, that can be quite a tricky situation to be in, I think. I think it's kind of, it's a bit of a push-pull thing. Yeah, I mean, what would you say to people who are sort of wanting that energetic feeling and wanting that kind of relationship, but rather than just recognizing how it should be as in general?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually very much like yourself. I'm not a fan of labels, but I do believe labels have a purpose. And I share the meanings of twin flames, soulmates, and karmics quite often, because I believe in understanding the connections that we are experiencing, we can evolve through them. But the most important thing is just honoring the relationship for what it is, honoring the connection for what it is. You connect with somebody that you have a beautiful love for, and they feel the same. Just honor it. Just really embrace it, because they're just beautiful. They're just beautiful as they are. But at the same time, what I've come to learn is, and I've had a lot of different soulmates, which has been beautiful, challenging at the same time as well. But don't look outside of yourself that they're going to complete you. It doesn't matter if it's, again, a soulmate, a twin flame, a karmic, or whatever the relationship is. Don't look outside of yourself thinking this person is going to complete you and give you this, elixir of light, because within all of these relationships, when they are very deep and emotional, they can bring up a lot of fear. And this fear will either cause people to embrace and embody the connection or run from it. Again, it doesn't matter whether it's a twin flame or a soulmate. But going back to your question, because I think I diverted a little bit from it, how do we embrace, or how do we find these connections? And I believe it's just about finding ourselves.
Yeah.
Because when we find ourselves, we connect with ourselves, we become intimate with who we are. Naturally, they will flow in. But when you are very much living more of a conditional life, living in the 3D paradigm, you could say, then you're not really noticing those feelings inside of yourself. You're not noticing these synchronicities in your life, these people that show up. And often you can have a connection for quite some time, and you feel this love between the two of you. You've always have. And then just in one moment, a conversation could be turned on its head, and you realize, oh my God, I have this beautiful connection with this person. And there's always been this love there, but we just haven't allowed ourselves to see it. So that triggers the heart awakening. And again, you just honor it for what it is, and just embrace it for the moment. There's, people say people are in our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And yeah, it's very true.
It's very true. It really is. It's interesting because I read somewhere, I was watching a YouTube video somewhere or doing something, and someone was saying that they felt that the twin flame journey, or the idea around it, was quite dangerous. And they likened it to, and I could understand it to some degree, so they likened it to the fact that you could actually get yourself trapped in what are harmful relationships, so more toxic relationships. So, what do you say to that? What do you say to that kind of thinking on it?
Yeah, I do agree with that as well. I think there are a lot of people that may think they've connected with a twin flame, let's say, and it can be a very, very toxic relationship. Manipulative. You could relate it to, what I mentioned earlier about narcissistic,
Yeah.
where they cause a lot of pain and harm. And what I will say is that, however that much is true, I personally don't believe they're twin flame relationships.
Exactly. Yeah.
I believe that we have a deep desire for love, each and every one of us. So we place attachments on it. We place a label on it. And again, going back to labels, and we try and define it. But the way I speak about it is, with regards to twin flames, a twin flame can bring up a lot of your wounds, a lot of your shadow, aspects of yourself, again, you don't want to see, you don't want to love about yourself. They will show that up to you. And often you can become triggered. In fact, you will become triggered. If you've met your twin flame, you're going to be triggered. But what they don't do is cause you harm. They are there to bring you unconditional love, expose your wounds, but at the same time, they're there to let you work through them. So it may seem as if a twin flame relationship is toxic. And if they're causing harm to you and they're manipulating and they're lying, let's say, that could be more of a narcissistic relationship. Whereas if they're actually showing you aspects of yourself that need healing, and again, it can be very, very sensitive aspects and hard to work through, then yes, they may be a twin flame, but they're not specifically hurting or manipulating you. And for you to understand this in your relationships, it's more about being completely honest with yourself. Allow yourself to become conscious of the relationship. And like with the shadow is just the unseen and unloved aspects of yourself. But people don't want to look at it. Allow yourself to see the relationship for what it is. Become conscious of the dynamic you have between the two of you. And when you can become conscious, then you can think, not trying to label again, but is this relationship serving me? And is it not serving me?
Yeah.
And even with a twin flame relationship, if they're in a lot of fear, and if they're worried or concerned, or if they're working through a lot of their wounds, then there's no doubt that the relationship at that moment in time is not suitable for you. That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I'm on your page with that. I'm on your page because I think it's about boundaries as well, and about inner healing and love. If you have a destructive arena, then I'm with that, Andy. I think that's exactly, it's a really great point, because I think often people think they need to stay in atrocious situations just because they think he's my soulmate or she's my twin flame, or I kind of have to keep peddling at this, even though it's like destroying me. So I think that's a really good point. So as you said, you kind of had some of these experiences. You had relationship problems yourself, and you had who hasn't been through relationship struggles? I think we've all been there to some degree. And I guess in a way it's just about noting, would you say, like, that noting that it is just what it is? I mean, we are just living our lives, really, aren't we? Whether they're twin flames, whether they're soulmates, whatever relationship, I guess.
Yeah. I think the world at which we're living in at the moment, and not to go off on a tangent at all, but we are living in uncertain times every day, with regards to our relationships. Our relationships are uncertain within themselves. Every relationship, whether it's your twin flame or a soulmate, they have a choice, just like you have a choice. Do you choose to embody the connection, and are they choosing to embody the connection fully as well? And if they're not, then maybe the relationship's just not serving you. So allow yourself to step away and find one that does serve you. And there will be the right person that appears in your life to bring you that love. And a lot of people have said at times that if you're not going to, be in a relationship with your twin flame, and often twin flames have a different purpose anyway, again, become whole at one with yourself, like we said. But if it doesn't work out, then often what you'll find is someone will come in with a similar vibration and frequency and give you that love. Be that person. It may not be as a twin flame, but they will hold such a beautiful vibration of love. And from my perspective, why are we all here? Maybe it's because within myself, I believe this life is all about love. It is all about love. That's the only thing I believe is that we can really connect with regards to our own internal truth. It's just love, and that's the thing that really matters in this world. And it'll be the thing that transforms everything. We approach life with love. We build systems with love. We build new structures with love. We serve our purpose from a higher place of love, so that the world can rise up from its knees.
You're preaching to the converted. Writing my videos, I'm always going, oh, she's going on about love again, love. Because I do. I agree with you, Andrew. I think it's all down to love and how we really actually become strong enough to recognize what real love is, as opposed to this kind of almost contracted idea of what love is, which has been a little bit of a sort of issue in the past, let's say. So, right, we're going to come to closing questions now. Okay, just some fun stuff. So what is one of your favorite foods?
Favorite foods. I used to love spaghetti carbonara.
Used to, though. What do you like now?
That was my favorite dish of all time, and I still like it. But I was vegan for a long time, so I shifted my food habits quite a lot. But I realized personally for me that veganism wasn't the right journey for me. But I went back to eating sort of fresh salmon with nice new potatoes. Absolutely beautiful. So nice.
Healthy. Very healthy. You didn't say pizza, did you? You didn't say like burgers or something like fried chips or something, or fries or whatever. You didn't say any of those. You went and said something very healthy.
I'm sorry about that.
I just think it's really funny, because I know that I'd probably go pizza or like ice cream or something. And my last question for you before we go and wrap up is, have you got a tip or tool?
The one thing that I think is the most important thing for you in your life is for you to find yourself. And from there, you will find love. And for me, that is my tip for you today.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, Andy, can you also tell our viewers before we say goodbye how they can find you and your handles and stuff? You just say them. I will put them down in the comments, in the notes, guys, but just so that Andy can say them for you.
I would say that the best place to find me is on my website, which is www.thesoulpathway.com. I'm also on Insight Timer, though. Insight Timer is an app I love to use, which provides guided meditations, and I often do Soul Pathway Sundays, which is all about helping you disconnect from the week that's passed so that you can just reconnect with your soul. And I deliver Soul Pathway readings as well to look at the energy of the week ahead. But you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm not active on Facebook anymore, but I've also got a Telegram channel where I often share content as well. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Andy, for joining us. Everyone, you know where to find me. You can go to my website at www.theselfloveselfcaresystem.com. You can go to my Facebook pages. All details are down in the notes. If you want readings or anything, you know where I am. Thank you very much for watching, and we're really glad that you joined us today. Thank you very much, and namaste, everyone, and take care, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye, kisses. Bye. Bye.